So here's 7 easy guitar techniques you can use to sound like the Sex Pistols right away. The first is bar chord or power chord slides. So in the beginning of God Save the Queen, we've got that little intro, and all Steve Jones is doing is taking this A power chord, dropping it down a half step, or 1 fret, and then sliding into the A. And he does this in a ton of the Sex Pistols songs, and he even does it in other parts of God Save the Queen. So this is the same technique. We're going E to B, 3-note power chords, and then when we go back up to the E, we're just going to drop it down a half step and slide into it. So next time you've got a verse or chorus that sounds a little boring, you can use these half-step slides to give it a little bit more interest. And so number 2 kind of goes along with number 1, but instead of sliding up into a chord, Steve Jones is going to alter the root note of a power chord to give it a little bit of an accent. So here on Anarchy in the UK, at the end of the intro where we're going into the verse, he's going to be playing a C 3-note power chord. So to add a little interest, he's going to change the root note of that chord. So he's going to remove the C note, which is the 3rd fret of the A string. And he's just going to play an open A there. So this is something you can experiment in your songs with any power chord. Try dropping the root note and playing an open string. Just to kind of accent the rhythm of the song. And he does a similar thing in God Save the Queen during the verse. But this time he just drops the root note down a half a step. So we've got that D power chord, and then he's just going to take his index finger, which is playing that root note at the 5th fret of the A string, the D, and he's going to slide it down a half a step to the 4th fret. So it's just a slight accent that changes the root and gives the rhythm a little bit of interest. And then another technique that Steve Jones will do is play open chords when he wants a really big sound in the chorus to really open things up. So God Save the Queen is another great example of this. So in the intro of the song, instead of just playing the power chord version, which sounds a little bit more subdued, he just takes the same chords and plays them as open chords. So he's going to play an A, so he's going to play a D, and then it has that dropped root. So we're going to play that dropped root at the same spot, the 4th fret of the A string. But we're going to use our ring finger to do it this time. And then we go back to the D. So. And the one trick with this technique is you need to mute the D string, the in-between string, when you go to that dropped root. Otherwise it'll ring out and sound bad. So what I like to do is to mute it with the underside of my ring finger when I'm hitting that accent. And so playing these open chords gives it a really big open feel, and then it becomes a little bit more subdued in the verse using the power chords so that it can open up again and get real big in the chorus. So if you're in like a punk band and you're used to playing a lot of bar chords or power chords, think about how you can open up or create a big moment in the song by just using the same chords, just using the open chord version, and maybe mix up the rhythm a little bit. So the next technique that Steve Jones uses is a lead technique, and that's the use of double stop bends. And a good example is a solo in EMI. So the double stop bend is used in the beginning and sounds like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to bridge our index finger across the B and E strings at the 6th fret, or any fret that you want to play it at. That's your root note here, the high E. The 6th fret of the high E, and that's an A sharp. So we bridge our index finger across the 6th fret of the B and E strings, and then we bend 2 frets higher on the G string. And so again, in EMI, he's going to start off with the double stop bend and then just play like a single note kind of lead. And so we can play these double stop bends anywhere up and down the high E string. And it's helpful to play over chord progressions, so if you have a chord progression that goes G, A, B, you can play the corresponding double stop bend over the corresponding chord. So we have G, G double stop bend, A double stop bend, B, B double stop bend. So if we have a chord progression, we can play. And the next technique isn't something that Steve Jones uses a lot, but he does do it sometimes, and it's usually very memorable, and that's the use of arpeggios. And probably one of the best examples of this is the song Submission in the breakdown part. And so in this breakdown, in order to mix things up from the normal power chord rhythm that he plays throughout the rest of the song, he's going to play the same chords, but he's going to play arpeggios, which just means playing the notes within the chords independently, not at the same time. So we get this part. And by letting those notes ring out, it gives it that kind of weird, almost ethereal feel that's a little bit strange in the middle of that song. And then the next technique that Steve Jones uses all the time is the use of single note riffs over the power chord rhythms. So a good example of that is Holidays in the Sun. So basically he's just taking the single note corresponding note for the chord that's being played. So the beginning chord progression goes like this. So he's playing a C, to a B, to an A, to a G. And so later in that song, when that chord progression comes around again, instead of just playing the chords, he plays a single note version of the chord. And so instead of playing the chords, he just plays the corresponding notes of the root notes of the chord. So we start with the C, just played like that, but instead he plays the C at the 5th note of the G string. That's also a C. And then when it goes down to a B, he plays the 4th note of the G string, which is also a B. And then he goes to the A, 2nd fret of the G string, and then it ends on G. And he starts off with open on the G string, and then ends with 5th fret of the D string. And occasionally does this double stop bend at the 15th fret of the high E string, which is also a G. So what's really cool about Steve Jones is he gets the most out of these kind of simple chord progressions. So if you play these chord progressions over and over again throughout the course of the song the same way, they most likely would get boring by the end of the song. But Steve Jones always finds ways to play the same chord progressions in different ways so that they sound familiar but different throughout the course of the song, which keeps things interesting. And again, in the same song during the verse, he does this kind of unique single note fill that just adds a little character to the rhythm. So he just plays this very simple fill. But it's a notable melody that you think about when you hear the song, and it keeps that verse rhythm interesting as opposed to just playing like. Which could get very boring. And then the last technique might be the most basic and simple of all the things that Steve Jones does, but that's playing power chords, and specifically playing really high power chords. So the beginning of Anarchy in the UK is a great example. So these kind of higher up power chords really cut through and kind of hit you in the teeth right at the start of the song. And he doesn't just do it in Anarchy in the UK. God Save the Queen, like we talked about before, is a great example. And again, right from the start, it grabs your attention with these high power chords. And again, it's something we don't even really see the rest of the song until the end. It's really just meant as an attention-grabbing move right from the start of the song. So sticking with God Save the Queen, the song's in the key of A, and our A power chord is here. But in the intro, he just plays it up here. So that's something you can think about in your songs if you really want to increase the intensity of the song at a certain moment. You can take the same power chord and just raise it up an octave and play it up there for maximum impact. Alright, so that's it for the 7 easy techniques to make you sound like the Sex Pistols. I hope you learned something and I hope it helps you out a lot. Remember to like and subscribe, and check out my website, scottobryanguitar.com. I have my new beginner punk guitar course. It's a series of shorter videos, like 5 to 10 minutes each, that covers all these different subjects of punk rock guitar that I talk about in these lessons when I break down songs, but goes into a little bit more detail and shows you how you can apply it to your music. So check that out, and I'll see you guys next time.